guys, welcome back to Southern Extreme TV. It's late season rifle here in my home state of North Carolina. Today is the last day, I think, of doe days. Yeah. So we're over on a property. We used to deer hunt this. We don't deer hunt it anymore, other than for some does. And landowner's got a pile of does on this property that he's been seeing. He's been seeing 15, 20 something plus does all together at one time. And we're going to take advantage of it. I've been wanting to shoot a deer with my grandpa's, I don't know if you can see it or not, my grandpa's 30-30 that I redid. So plan on shooting a doe, caping her out, getting a rug made out of her to commemorate, if that's a word, I don't know if I said that right. Shooting a deer with this old 30-30. So really excited about it. We just got here and we're going to be hunting the edge of a field, I believe, to start with. We may do some slip hunting, slip around here or there, but when we pulled in, there's a couple deer already down in the field, which I kind of figured that was going to be the case. But we're going to try to slip around his house on the other side where it's a little dark, where I can get away from this street light, and we're going to work our way up this field edge. And we'll be setting from the ground, doing a little ground and pound this morning. Hopefully we can bust old slickhead. Thanks for hanging out. It should be fun. This is a really big field. I'm hoping by the time they get all the way up here, I'll be able to have all the camera stuff up and going and be able to get some decent footage for you guys. I don't know. Well, I don't have anything in the field. I'll show y'all this gun. This is a remodeled Marlin 30-30. So really cool little deal right there. It's got fish scales engraved into the handle. Basically put a new stock, a new handguard, new pick rail, new scope on it. Just gave it a more modern look. A little different take on the old school lever action. I think it turned out pretty dang cool. But I've just never shot a deer with it. That's the only problem. Hopefully we can get one shot this morning with it. Now we got us a deer. Looks like I don't know what it is. It looks like it's feeding his way. It's a doe. Oh yeah. That's perfect. Good sized doe too. She's still out there a little too far for me. I think she'll probably feed. I don't think she's going to feed downhill. I think she's going to feed uphill and go towards that bedding area. She's acting like she's going downhill. What an absolute hoe. I can still see her right there. I just can't tell. I can't tell what direction she's gonna feed. If she's gonna go straight into the woods, or if she's gonna feed out this little field edge. There's a little field back behind me. That doe worked her way. That doe worked her way all the way down to where I walked in at. I don't know. I don't think she can smell me. I think she smelled where I walked in. And she blew and she took off. She took off back into the field, but there's that knoll right there. She just went right over the edge of it. But she was super nervous and spooky anyway. Oh well. Oh, right there's a deer. If it's a buck, it ain't a big one. I thought it had a big body, but it don't. I think it's I think it's just a little yearling. It might even be a button buck. Well, we pulled out for the morning and coming back over here this afternoon, and looks like I've already got some deer in the field that I was trying to get to. I see at least one, two. They look like some younger deer, which should be okay. Mainly after a more mature doe anyway. But where they're at, I think I'm trying to be complicated here. They've got a ground blind set up, but in the spirit of, I think what I'm trying to do with this 30-30, I'm going to try to do it as difficult as I can, sitting on the ground in the wide open and, using the wind and everything else to my advantage. But there's an old wooden shed up here that I might be able to get to, depending, especially if I can get up here without blowing these two deer out. Then we will definitely utilize that building to our advantage. But they've got all this right here, and this bottom is bedding, and they're all working out of that, going up into this field, and then there's bedding on that other side of the field where they're going to be coming into as well. So I think we'll get it done tonight. Just want to try to make a good episode for y'all. And I want it to be a bigger doe since I'm going to get a rug made out of her. I made it to this barn, and these does, I'm assuming that they were does, they look like two smaller deer, got right on the other side of this and peeked around. And I could see one doe, she was feeding, going kind of up in towards the top field. There, right there's kind of hard to see, I think. Yeah. So I was able to get all the way around onto this side of this barn. I feel good about it. I think we're in a good spot. Kind of fitting the old 30-30. I say the old 30-30. The action in the barrel's old. Everything else on is new. But the old school 30-30 with a new school vibe, setting up against an old tractor shed. That's kind of fitting for what we're wanting to do here tonight versus going up there and getting in that ground blind. So, only thing that would probably run me out of here would be a snake coming out from this, or a skunk. A skunk would be bad news too. So, we got these 2 deer in the field. Hopefully, they kind of feed their way on out around here for too much longer. So, we're gonna hang tight and see if we get lucky. See if we can make something happen. I don't think she's quite old enough. There's another deer back behind her. I think it's 2. I think it's just 2 yearlings is what I think. She's beautiful going out there in that sun. That right there might be how we get caught if something comes around the left side. Something comes on the left side of this barn, really close. And she sees something back behind me. That other deer does too. I can't tell. It's almost like they're looking at for a deer. Right there's a pretty big doe. Right there's a 4th one. 5th one, 6th one. A whole pile of them. Testing. Very good. I don't know what they're smelling. They're smelling something back behind us. I think that one right there might be the biggest. I don't know what they're blowing at. There's way too many eyes right there. Here they come back. They're running back down here. They're blowing at something back there in that field. They're not blowing at me. Here they go running back. If that one right there is walking, if she'll stop away from all them other does, I'm gonna take her. Gosh dang you. What the freak is happening? Alright guys, these deer didn't go far. I don't know what the heck they blew at. I don't know what they were blowing at. But they literally just ran to the other side in that little ditch and stopped. So I'm gonna stay right here, I think, and wait. It looks like they're starting to feed their way back. Yeah. They're gonna feed their way back. They're just gonna be right on that tree line. That one doe's gonna be super nervous. We gotta go before too many eyes get on us. That's perfect. They're gonna work that edge. They're gonna come back, man. Those bigger, more mature does are so freaking difficult to kill sometimes. I can't tell if she's bigger or the one right behind her's bigger. That one in the middle right there is pretty big. Trying to judge their heads. I can't tell. That right there's a younger doe. don't think either one of them right there. I promise there's just so many of them. I can't get them separated. Right now, them two big ones are side by side. That one in the back, right behind her, directly behind her, she actually might be the biggest. One of them two are for sure. I'm gonna say whichever one of them two gives me a good shot opportunity first, I'm gonna take. Yeah, that one right there. That girl just picked her. I'm gonna take the one behind her, I think. Yep, that one right there in the dead center. She's got a little doe behind her though. Now she don't. Alright, we're gonna take her right there. Oh yeah, she's hurt. Go on down, girl. Go on down, girl. That's a girl. Oh yeah, smoked her. Smoked her. We might shoot us two does right here. They don't know what's going on. They ain't got a clue. I think we're gonna let them have it. We ain't gonna shoot no more. There's a pile of them. Oh my God. We really ought to shoot another one. That one standing on that hill right there, we ought to shoot. They ain't got a clue what's going on. We ain't gonna shoot another one. I definitely think she was one of the bigger ones. They were all very similar in size. The old 30-30, baby. Beautiful. And she ran right there at him in that absolute just perfect spot to get her to. What a cool hunt, man. Setting up against a tractor. Golly bum. How cool is that? Old Federal. This is a Federal 150 grain bullet that I'm shooting out of this gun. For whatever reason, that's all that we could get. That's the only round I could get to group really well. I'm just gonna sit here for a minute and enjoy it. Man, I really thought it might be over. But I don't know what they were blowing at. Off in there. Freaking shaking, man. I've never killed a deer with that gun before. That's if y'all skipped through the video, I don't know, but that's my Pop's 30-30. It's a Marlin, and it used to have the old school, cedar looking bore end and stock on it. And man, I completely redone it. Put a new Boyd's stock on it, new Ranger Point Precision on it. Handguard, Vortex scope. Pretty freaking cool. And then to do it like this too, to come in from the ground up against an old barn with an old gun up against an old tractor and put meat in the freezer. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool way to christen this gun right here. Like I said, she ran just right down there, so I'll probably sneak out of here and go get the truck and go ahead and get the truck up here, so that way we can push the rest of these does out. That is a good smell. What's crazy is I don't really know where these does came from. They, you can see my hide was right there. There's 2 deer. When I first come up, they were in this little meadow right here feeding. And I came up and kept this building in between me and them and snuck around and sat up against this tractor thinking that they were probably going to come out of this wood line or back down here behind me. And they actually come from over this knoll through the field. But I love that right there. Acts just like a deadfall. Like, if you can get tucked up into something like this, turkey hunting, deer hunting, it doesn't matter. Those deer a lot of times are so used to seeing something on the ground that's not a living tree that they're used to it. Tell you what, it is super hard to judge how big those does are, trying to figure out which one's the biggest. Really and truly, they all get over there and they're all about the same size. Well, guys, we come over here and got her. She's actually not as big as what I thought she was, but you got 10, 15 does, however many does was right there, I don't even know. You get that many of them running around, it's hard to keep track. She looked good. I mean, she was bigger than the majority of the other ones, I think, and she presented us with a shot. She finally waited, I guess weight hung in the back long enough for some of those other ones to push on by her, and we were able to get a shot. And I mean, she ran right over here, probably, I don't know, she probably ran 70, 80 yards through this field, and she literally died behind the tree that we set this morning. The tree that I set up against this morning is right here beside of us. So freaking awesome, man. Like I said, I'm gonna get this doe caped out, do a little rug out of her just to kind of honor my first ever deer with the old 30-30, the original, an original Marlin too, which is pretty cool about that. Awesome little gun, short, compact, got a lot of meaning to it, and being able to go up here and do it kind of old school from the ground, sitting next to an old barn, next to an old tractor, hunting a hay field. That's pretty cool, guys. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've been blessed this season. It's been a tough season, but it's been a good season. And you know, those are the seasons that you really want to remember, if you will, because some seasons are just easy for some reason. You just get lucky, you're in the right place, right time. And then some years, you know, you don't have any luck. And then years like this year, it's been a tough season, but we've gotten lucky along the way. Yeah, we've been blessed about it. But guys, I really appreciate y'all hanging out with me on my channel and watching what I got going on here at Southern Extreme TV. If you guys are new to SETV, make sure you hit that subscribe button. And we're trying to grow this thing to 100,000 subs. So just every click gets me a little bit closer to that ultimate goal. Means the world. I doubt you will see us deer hunting anymore after this. I've shot 2 bucks. Doe season goes out in this region of North Carolina. We may be making a trip down towards the east coast of North Carolina. I think there's still some doe days that are available there. So we may try to put a little bit more meat in the freezer if we do decide to make that trip. Man, it's been awesome. Means the world. Really appreciate y'all hanging out with me. I'll see y'all on the next episode.